Percy Jackson shrine, and I just like smelling them every now and then. The timer just adds so much more stress to it. I'm in a pickle. So it is time to do my favorite cleaning activity, reorganizing my bookshelf. I don't know if that counts as a cleaning activity, but it counts in my head. As you can see, this is a mess up here and we're losing space down on the lower shelves. It's really time that I reorganize my bookshelf, which I've been meaning to do for a while, because the past few books that I bought, I can't fit them in down the bottom here. So I've just been chucking them on top and I can't look at it anymore. I need to reorganize. So today's video is going to be a little bookshelf tour of how my bookshelf is set up currently, and then reorganizing my bookshelf, and then I guess another bookshelf tour after I finish reorganizing it. It'll essentially be the same thing. But anyway, I have like just under an hour to get this done because Gracie Abrams is coming to Australia and the tickets go on sale. The pre-sale is today. Go on sale at 12 o'clock. We have about 45 minutes. I'm probably not going to finish this today, to be honest, but we'll see how we go because I also have an appointment later this afternoon. That's pretty much it. So let's get into it. So I got this bookshelf, I don't know, like 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Originally, I just had a bookshelf that was like the same thing. I think it was also from IKEA. This is from IKEA, but it was just the 2 shelf one. If I angle you down a bit, you can't really see it that well, but it used to be just like this height with 2 shelves and then that bottom one down there, but I still had like those boxes and crates and stuff, so I didn't put books on there. So I just had the 2 shelves for a long time, then I'd use the top as well. So then when I got this new bookshelf, the bigger bookshelf, I didn't have enough books to fill like the whole thing, so I just left this top shelf empty for a really long time, and I just had like the lower shelves full. And then a little while ago when I started getting more books, I guess, I don't know, I started running out of space on my bookshelf. I decided to put my Percy Jackson / Riordanverse books up the top here because if I haven't mentioned enough already, Percy Jackson is my favorite series. My goal one day when I have like my proper home library is to have like a Percy Jackson shrine. I'll probably have like a whole shelf this size, to be honest, dedicated to Percy Jackson, because I want to get like a bunch of the different editions in the original Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, because I love all the different editions of the covers and also like the special editions from the book companies that do like the fun art editions like Fairy Loot and that sort of stuff. I just love collecting books and they're so pretty and I just want them all. But yeah, that could basically fill the whole shelf, and then I'm gonna put like little trinkets and art and whatever on the shelf as well. So that was what I was trying to do, like a mini version of, but it was kind of awkward because originally it was just those ones up there, which it doesn't really fill out the shelf. And then when I like started buying new books, I didn't have anywhere else to put these ones, so I just had to chuck them on top. So unfortunately I can't make my Percy Jackson shrine just yet, but we'll do that. One day it'll happen. Disregarding this top shelf, because technically this is where like my actual organization begins. So yeah, I do alphabetically by the author's surname and then by genre. I don't separate them by age range. 1, because like it's only me reading them. 2, because I don't have enough shelf space or enough books to really warrant doing that. In the past, I reorganized my bookshelf and I did it by color, so it was like rainbow, which was cute, but I kind of like having it all like the different covers and different colors being all mixed in together. I also can't stand when the books are like not with their series, or books by the same author in the same genre are not together. For example, if I were to separate, do I not have, oh, I don't have Caraval. Oh, my sister's got it, duh. I was like, I swear I have the first Caraval book. Anyway, if I were to separate Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart, if it was in a different genre, sure. But they're both fantasy and they're by the same author, so like it makes sense for them to be together. In my mind, you can organize your bookshelf however you want, but this is what makes sense for me. So let's go on a little tour shelf by shelf. As I said, this top shelf was my like Percy Jackson shrine, and then it sort of just became like random books and any new books that I bought would go up here because I had no space. And then the bookshelf really begins. We start off with Six of Crows and my one Shadow and Bone book, which is the TV show cover. It's not awful, but this sticker ruins it. I quite like the series covers that they did for Shadow and Bone. Like, this looks cool, okay? But then this, stick it on the back at the very least. Like, it just looks so ugly. It ruins the whole thing. Anyway, so we started with Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows, and then The Cruel Prince, and then we have The Stolen Heir, and I have The Prisoners Throne up here. It's been separated since like the beginning of the year. Then we have Olivia Blake, Emily Wilde, also separated. We have The Ranger's Apprentice, and then also The Brother Band Chronicles, which is like the spin-off series. Caraval, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Secret Shanghai series, and then the second shelf continues with Gong. We have the novella Last Violent Call, which is technically supposed to go between Foul Lady Fortune and Foul Heart Huntsman, but it's blue and it kind of disrupts the whole vibe of the black and pink and red, so I'm not putting that in between them. And then Immortal Longings. Continuing with fantasy, Defy the Night, Jade City, Anne Lang, If You Could See the Sun. I debated whether or not putting this in fantasy or romance, but like, she has magic powers. Like, she can turn invisible if you don't know. So I just put it in fantasy because I feel like that just, I don't know, it makes more sense for me. But if I got other Anne Lang books, then I would probably put it in like a contemporary romance section so that her books could be together. Because like most of the book is a contemporary romance. It's not really centered around fantasy. It's just like this one element. Then we have Six Crimson Cranes, which I almost always, I think like the whole time that I've had this bookshelf, I have kept Six Crimson Cranes face out because these covers are genuinely my favorite covers ever. Like, I can never get enough of these. I love looking over to my bookshelf and seeing these covers. Have I read this book, you ask? No. I am going to eventually. But for now, I just appreciate the covers. Then we have the Madoran Chronicles and the Prison Healer trilogy. Is that what it's called? I don't remember what the series is called. Dark Rise, Sorcery Thorns, Carry On. Then we're getting lower. Probably tilt you down a little bit. Next shelf we start with Harry Potter. Oh my god, I haven't been telling you about my little knickknacks. Hang on. Top shelf we have my toothless crystal. This is like, I think it's onyx. I honestly don't know. I don't remember. My mum bought this for me for a birthday present, I think a few years ago. He's my little toothless. I put it next to Once Upon a Broken Heart because there's little dragons in Once Upon a Broken Heart, so it just felt right. I also have this candle, gardenia candle, because gardenias are my favorite flowers. It's fully burned out. It's just like the wax keeps resettling every time I burn it, so yeah, that one up there too. Second shelf, I don't really have any knickknacks except for these candles, which I don't use because the wick is like melted into the thing on that one. Plus, it being like a fully open candle stresses me out on my bookshelf, so it's more for like aesthetic purposes, but they are so dusty. Like, I'm not going to give you a close-up on these candles. Back to the shelf, we have the Harry Potter series, which I have somewhat covered with this plant, which is quite dead. I'm really bad at like refilling the water. I think it's revived itself a bit. I think I'm going to regrow it, cut off these things and put them back in, regrow it, because it's kind of sad. And then I also have this little Ron Funko Pop that a friend gave me for my birthday a few years ago. I did take it out of the package. I know that's like against the rules when it comes to Funko Pops, but I don't want a plastic box sitting on my shelf. So yeah. And then we have Brando Sando. Book 2 just sits here because I'm slowly working my way through this. So I don't want to put it up on the top shelf because if you haven't noticed, I'm short. So I don't want to have to reach up there all the time. It's just easier to keep it here. And then we have V.E. Schwab. Really want to get the Shades of Magic series, but I don't have the physical copies yet as of right now. So we just have Threads of Power. Raven Cycle. Oh my god. Is this book upside down? I'm so sorry. This is like my little Maggie Stiefvater collection. We have Bravely here as well and Call Down the Hawk. Then the Nevermore Chronicles? I don't actually know. And then we start the sci-fi section with the Aurora Cycle, the second and third book. I don't have the first one. And then we have the first book of the Lunar Chronicles, Cinder. I also have this little car, toy car that I got a while ago from an op shop. I just thought it was cute and like I love old cars, so I wanted it. I usually put it in front of the Raven cycle, like here, when Brendo is not sitting there, because Gansey has a 1973 orange Camaro. Obviously this is not a 1973 orange Camaro, but it's just like, it just reminds me of the Raven cycle, okay? Then we have this little crystal tree that my friend gave me again for my birthday. Most of my bookshelf is made up of birthday presents, which is really lovely. I've kept it in the bag because these trees are like really delicate and I'm scared of it breaking. I just keep that in the tree over there. And then the bottom shelf. Probably would have seen most of this, or most of these bottom two shelves in my videos that I film in front of my bookshelf. But we continue with the sci-fi series. Here we have the Lunar Chronicles, and then the Renegade series. And then we have Heartstopper, my very mini graphic novel collection. And then we have the Romance and Contemporary section. Song of Achilles, you could say, is a little out of place here, but I don't really have anywhere else to put it, so that one just stays there. And then we have horse books. This is sort of where I keep my bookmarks and things. They're just very random bookmarks that I've collected over the years. And this is a little tin that someone I work with brought home from France. It had cookies in it, but I kept it because it's like a good size for my like annotation things. I've also just started putting some like other little knickknacks that friends have given me, or like I've got like a movie ticket in here. Most of my bookmarks don't really fit in here, so it's mainly like annotating and other random knickknacks that I stick in there. And then we have a little, I don't know what you would call this. It's like a stamp thing that my friend gave me for my birthday, which was really, really sweet because it's like, it's one of those stamps that you put on your book and it says like the Library of Crystal. You can personalize it to your name. And then we have this old candle. I have two of them. I used to have three, but I think I got rid of one of the things. Ugh. It's literally the best smelling candle I have ever smelled. It was just from Kmart and it's a spice, chai and sage candle. When I tell you the best smell ever, like I'm not exaggerating, okay? But I think they discontinued it because I cannot find them anymore and it's so rude. These are huge candles and I burned through them so quickly because they were so yummy. So I've just kept the jars. One, because like they kind of look cute. Two, because I'm really, really sad that I can't get them anymore and I just like smelling them every now and then. And then we have the very bottom shelf here. This is just all my like old sketchbooks and journals. Then here is all of these books here, or most of them, are my old horse books, which are like the younger horse books that I used to read, and a few other random books in there as well. And then there's also some books that I want to get rid of that I just haven't done yet. It's covered in dust down here. It's actually disgusting. Yeah, we're gonna just leave these today, I think. I really need to clean out this whole thing, but that's a job for later me. But that is my bookshelf. First order of business is just to get all these books off the shelf and then clean it because it is incredibly dusty. The pre-sale starts in 15 minutes for Gracie's tickets, so I'm stressing. I'm actually scared. I have trauma from trying to buy Taylor Swift tickets. I don't even want to talk about it. That was a dark day for me. That was a dark 2 days. Anyway, I'm gonna start removing these books and then cleaning, and then I'll probably take a break to fight for my life, getting tickets. Fingers crossed it's easy, it's quick, and I get the tickets that I want. But yeah, I'll see you in a moment. tickets are secured. Oh my god. Oh my god. I forget how stressful it is buying tickets. It's literally one of the most stressful okay, I'm being dramatic, but the timer just adds so much more stress to it. They were already like sold out. I kept selecting the different ticket ones because I wanted B reserve or C reserve seating because they're a little bit cheaper, but they weren't letting me buy 2 tickets, and I'm going with my sister and I need 2 tickets. But it wouldn't let me pick, and I was like, I'm gonna run out of time if they don't let me find something with 2 tickets. Anyway, we've secured the tickets. I really need to have lunch and then I need to go to my appointment, and we'll continue doing the bookshelf later, but stress, pure stress. Okay, so it is now much later. I got back from my appointment kind of late. So I've had my shower, as you can tell, and I've just made my dinner. I'm having pizza. But while that's cooking, I need to start putting some of the books onto my shelf because currently my bed is covered in books. So if I want to sleep tonight, then I need to remove some of them. Like I said earlier, we're just doing like the same organization method. So we're starting with Lee Bardugo and just going down the alphabet for the fantasy. So yeah. Let's get to it because I'm hungry and my food will be cooked soon. Top shelf is done. Unfortunately, we do have to separate the Secret Shanghai kiddos, but it is what it is. I have to leave some space for Caravel. It's definitely not as thick as this, but if I try and squeeze another book in there, it's just gonna be an awkward fit, so we're just leaving it like it is for now. So I'm sure I'll buy another book soon that will fit up there somewhere, probably. We'll see. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit these face out, but I'm going to try. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can still keep them face out. We have an awkward gap. Oh dear. Okay, we'll sort it out later. We'll see how we go. I actually forgot 5 broken blades. It needs to go up there. Actually that works. Oh wait, I'm silly. I mean, it interrupts the color here, but it's fine. We can still fit Caravel up there. I think it'll be squishy, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna stop now because my dinner's cooked, but again, we have an awkward gap here. I can't fit. Hang on, let me bring you closer so you can see. Awkward gap, awkward gap. This is unfortunate to say the least. But soon I'll probably get the next Mistborn book. Hopefully it will fit in there, I don't know. But then I can take First Nevermore book out, so that allows for some room. I think we can work with it, but for now we're just gonna have to put up with some awkward gaps here and there. But other than that, in terms of book height, this is looking really satisfying. Like this is all mostly the same height except for like these books here, which is nice. And like this whole run here. Oh, so satisfying. Oh my god. But I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna have my pizza and then potentially continue this. I'll probably continue it tonight because it won't take me that long to put them all back in. But yeah. I also just realised that I forgot to put in my Percy Jackson books. They're supposed to go in front of the Harry Potter books. So I have to do that now. The lost hero. The lost hero is lost. I'm so sorry. I don't think I've shared my really bad dad jokes on my channel yet, but I make them quite frequently, so yeah. Percy Jackson books are all like lined up together, it's just always really satisfying. I don't know if that's just me. All the covers are just so consistent across the whole series, except for Chalice of the Gods, but the spine still looks like on theme. I appreciate that Rick has done that. Now starting with the sci-fi. We're onto the last shelf. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if everything's gonna fit. Starting with the romance now. Good morning. It is the next day. The bookshelf is done. It's fully rearranged. I just still need to put on all my little trinkets and such. That's what I'm going to be doing now. I think I am going to change around like where I had certain things sitting because where all the books are have changed. So I try and coordinate the trinkets. Sort of, not really, but you know. Anyway, I think I'm going to put this up here because the pink matches Fair Lady Fortune and Foul Heart Huntsman. Now, we have Toothless, and I used to put him with Once Upon a Broken Heart because there's little baby, like, small dragons in there. But we also have Fourth Wing now, which you can't really see just at the moment, but Fourth Wing is just there. So I'm in a pickle. I don't know whether, because like also, do I want to associate Toothless with Fourth Wing? No, I'm keeping you up the top because then he's on the top shelf and that's like, I like him there. I know for sure I want my car to be here because it's next to the Raven Boys. I like it facing that way. I'm not gonna add my plant back to my shelf just yet. I think I'm gonna try and revive it and then I'll add it back. So at the moment we just have my little book stamp, this candle and the candle jar and then my little tin of like annotating things. When I do get the plant back, I'll probably put it here because I don't like it being too high on the shelf in case it falls off or something. I don't know. Okay, and for the bottom shelf, I think I'm just going to keep the candle and the tin where they were. I need to get some more decorations for the top shelf because it's looking kind of sparse at the moment, I think. But I'm quite happy with that. Okay, and that is my bookshelf all organized. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I know it doesn't look like super different to how it was. I love that we have essentially a whole shelf of Percy Jackson. I don't have a lot of room for expansion, to be honest. On all of these shelves, I could fit like probably one, maybe two, depending on the size of the book. After that though, I'm gonna have to start stacking, which will be a very interesting task because like I don't think stacking looks bad, but I think it's gonna be confusing to organize my books the way I do, like alphabetically and all that, while having them stacked. And anyway, that's not my problem right now. That's future me problem. It's just so satisfying for me to look at my bookshelf. I like to stare at it every now and then. I'll be sitting in my bed because my bed sort of faces my bookshelf and I just, you know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. You can check the description for links to my art Instagram, my Goodreads, my Storygraph, and my Ko-fi if you would like to support me. That would be very much appreciated. Let me know in the comments how you like to organize your bookshelf, by color, by author, alphabetically, or if you don't organize your bookshelf at all. That's kind of crazy, but you do you. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!